Hello guys, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with Unit 12, that is Understanding Annual Report. So let's see the objectives of this chapter. After studying this unit, you should be able to develop ability to navigate annual reports, know the important content in an annual report, and learn about the qualitative and quantitative aspect of the company, analyze and understand the financial statements. And structure of these units are: introduction part is there, content of annual report, difference between annual report of public company and private company, annual report for a government company, green annual report, summary is there, keywords are there, and self-assessment exercise also there. So let's begin with the introduction part. In Unit 12, which is Understanding Annual Report, we will look at a company's annual report and understand some of the important phases of this document. The objective of this chapter is to help you to develop your ability to navigate annual reports. Annual report is a report that is prepared yearly. It contains information about the firm's business and its financial position and performance. The readers can navigate through the annual report to learn about the qualitative aspect with respect to the firm. Various stakeholders like investors, analysts, suppliers, customers, and employees use the annual report to facilitate decision making in areas such as investment, credit granting, and establishing customer suppliers relationship. This unit will provide you with the skill to navigate annual reports with ease and find the relevant topic of your interest. To begin with, what is an annual report? An annual report is a document that publicly traded or listed companies must provide annually to shareholders. It describes the company's operation and financial performance position in a detailed manner. Apart from this, it contains image and graphics coupled with an accompanying narrative, all of which highlight the company's activities over the past year. The annual report may also provide information regarding the company's forecast. Content of annual report. Let's look at the content of an annual report. Figure 1 displays the four broad content of an annual report, namely non-audited information and financial statement, notes to the account, and accounting policies. Content of an annual report. Annual reports are divided into non-audited information, financial statements, notes to the accounts, and accounting policies. Non-audited information are divided again into two, that is narrative item and non-narrative item. Financial statement also balance sheet, profit and loss account, and cash flow statement. And let's understand each of the four broad content one by one. Non-audit information, that is the non-audit information, is further classified into narrative and non-narrative item. Narrative item are: within narrative items in the annual report, following are some of the important statement: chairman's statement, director's report, operating and financial review, statement of corporate governance, auditor's report, statement of director's responsibility, sustainability report, and management discussion and analysis. Chairman's statement. Chairman's statement highlights corporate activities, strategies, researches, labor relation, main achievements, focus on future goals, growth. In corporate annual report, the chairman's statement may or may not always be found but may be provided to shareholders as a separate document. Chairman's statement may concentrate on economic condition of the industry to which the corporate unit belongs and the economy of the country. It also provides an overview of the trading year, a personalized overview of the company's performance over the past year, and usually covers strategy, financial performance, and future prospects. And this is the news related to that is snapshots of directors report of Hindustan Unilever Limited, a description of the principal activities of the company, a fair review of the current and future prospect of the business, information on the sales, purchase, or valuation of asset recommended in dividends and employee statistics, name of the directors and their interest, detail of political or charitable donation, etc. Operating and financial review are: this is a statement in the annual report which provides a formalized, structured explanation of financial performance. The operating review covers items such as operating results, profit and dividend. The financial review discusses items such as capital structure and treasury policy. Snapshot of operating and financial review of Hindustan Unilever Limited. Statement of corporate governance. Statement of corporate governance include a statement of corporate governance procedures and complaints, information on board composition, statement on the company's performance, and information about compliance and conformance with the best practice for good corporate governance. Corporate governance focus on a company's structure and processes to ensure transparent and responsible corporate behavior. Corporate governance report is here. This is a sample snapshot of corporate governance report of Titan Company. An auditor's report, the independent and external audit report, is typically published with the company's annual report. The auditor's report is important because bank and creditors require an audit of a company's financial statement before lending to them. The auditors shall make a report to the members of the company. It is obligatory duty of the directors to get the account of company audited every year by qualified auditors. And independent auditors report, here also snapshot is there. Statement of directors responsibility, it is an important statement in the annual report and is prepared in accordance with the section 135 clause 5 of the Companies Act 2030. So these are the examples of snapshots, are the examples, you just read it. So Titan company's responsibility of Titan's company's directors statement is there, you just go through that. And a sustainability report, a sustainability report is a report published by a company about the economic, environment and social impact caused by its everyday activity. A sustainability report is the key platform for communicating sustainability, performance and impact, whether positive or negative. And sustainability of Titan is here. And next is here also report. Apart from the broader overview of sustainability, the SEBI, Security and Exchange Board of India, has developed the new norms, voluntary this year and mandatory thereafter, which would apply to the top 1,000 listed entities. The SEBI reporting norms on business responsibility follow the national guideline on responsible business conduct put forth by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs last year. The norms required that the business conduct themselves with the integrity and transparency, provide goods and services in a safe, sustainable manner, and respect the interest of all their stakeholders, which is unexceptional and exceptionable. And the new requirement include disclosure on redressal procedure for complaints, grievances, including on those pending resolution, and R&D spends on better environmental and social outcome, employee skill level, including of those difference able, and provision of insurance, maternity, paternity and daycare facilities. And the gender diversity should get more attention in the reporting, and board committee rather than just a board member should be accountable for ESG reporting. Business are of course accountable to their shareholders, but increasingly consumers, employees and investors also seek sustainability, social responsibility and good governance in corporate performance. ESG, short for environment, social and governance, is quite the range among large investors. That means that companies must disclose their governance process, social practice, and environmental impact. That is what SEBI wants. Figure 8b is snapshot of ESG reporting of Tata Motors Limited. Management discussion and analysis. This section is perhaps one of the most important section in the whole of annual report. The most standard way for any company to start this section is by talking about the macro trend in the economy. And they discuss the overall economic activities of the country and the business estate sentiment across the corporate world. The company has high exposure to export. They even talk about global economic and business sentiment. Management discussion and analysis is snapshot is here. Non-narrative items are there. Within non-narrative item in the annual report are financial highlights, highlights of the year and shareholder information. Financial highlights include year on year comparison of revenue from operation and the earning before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization, and return on equity and PAT, profit after tax, for the financial year 2018-19 and 19-20. Financial highlights are here. This is a snapshot of financial highlights Titan company. Highlights of the year. It includes other than financial highlights. For instance, launching new product brand, opening new showroom, and the like. And snapshot of the highlight of the year of Titan company. Financial statement. There are three financial statement discussion in the annual report, namely balance sheet, profit and loss account, and cash flow statement. Balance sheet. A balance sheet is a statement of the resource owned and controlled by a business at a single point in time. It gives a snapshot of asset, liabilities, and capital at a point in time. So here is also a snapshot of consolidation of balance sheet of Infosys Limited. Okay, you just go through it. Profit and loss account. The profit and loss account is a statement which shows total business revenue less expenses. The P&L account quantifies and explains the gain or losses of the company over the period of time bounded by two balance sheets. It provides a summary of the year's trading activities, revenue from sales, that is turnover, business cost, and profit or loss. And here is a snapshot of consolidated statement of profit and loss of Infosys Limited. Cash flow statement. This is a statement which shows the flow of cash into and out of the business. It is not the same as profit and loss account. The cash flow statement only records movement of cash and, for example, does not include credit sales or purchases until such time as cash actually flows. This statement became mandatory because of some high profile business failure of the 1980s or 90s. These were companies that in terms of the P&L were profitable but were short of cash to pay their debt. The cash flow statement should not be confused with a cash flow forecast. The former is historical whereas the latter is a forecast about the future. So here is also a snapshot for consolidated statement of cash flow of Infosys Limited. Notes to the account. Provide a more detailed analysis of some of the entries in the account, including disclosure of accounting policies used, depreciation, and any changes to these policies. Inventories, sources of turnover from different product segment, details of fixed asset and share capital, directors' involvement, and earning per share. Depreciation. Depreciable amount for asset is the cost of an asset or other substitute for cost less its estimate residual value. Depreciation is calculated on the basis of the estimated useful lives using the straight line method and is generally recognized in the statement of consolidated profit and loss. Depreciation for asset purchased sold during the year is proportionally charged from up to the date of disposal. Freehold land is not depreciation. The estimate useful lives of item of property, plant and equipment of the current and comparative period are as follows. And the inventories, other than quantitative of gold for which the price is yet to be determined with the suppliers, are stated at the lower of cost and net realizable value determined on an item by item basis. Cost is determined as follow. Gold is a valued on first in first out basis. Stores and spares, loose tools and low material are valued on a moving weighted average rate. Work in progress and finished goods other than gold are valued on full absorption cost method based on the moving average cost of production. Traded goods are valued on a moving weighted average rate or cost of purchase. Revenue from operation. In this note, the sources of revenue from different product segment like watches, jewelry, eyewear, and others are stated. And the detail of fixed asset and share capital is there. Fixed asset, land and building held for use in the production of supply of goods or services or for administrative purpose are stated at a costless. Accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment losses. And here is the example for that. And share capital, the share capital is categorized into two types, namely authorized share capital and issued share capital. So what is the difference between the two? Authorized share capital is the maximum extent of funding that can be raised through issue of shares. It is laid out in the company's charter document. Issued and paid up share capital is the part of authorized share capital against which shares have been issued to shareholders of a company against a full payment. And directors emolument, the information required under section 197 of the act read with rule 5 clause 1 of the company's appointment and remuneration of managerial personnel rules 2014 are given below. And the above snapshot show the ratio of the remuneration of each directors to the median remuneration of the employees of the company and the percentage increase in remuneration of each director, that is managing director, chief financial officer and company secretary in the financial year. Earning per share, basic earning per share EPS is computed by dividing the net profit attributable to the equity shareholders by the weighted average number of equity shares outstanding during the year. Diluted earning per share is computed by dividing the net profit by the weighted average number of equity shares considered for deriving basic earnings per share and also the weighted average number of equity shares that could have been issued upon conversion of all dilutive potential equity shares. The following table set forth the computation of basic and diluted earning per share. Accounting policies. Companies must be described accounting policies they use in preparing financial statements. Companies have a choice of accounting policies in many areas such as foreign currencies, goodwill, pensions, sales, and stocks. As different accounting policies will result in different figures, it is necessary to state the policy that was used so that readers of the accounts can make an informed judgment about performance. It is also important to state the effect of any changes in accounting policies, restating prior year number where this is materially significant. So this is about today's session. Next session of this unit we will discuss on next video onwards. For more Ignou MBA related videos, you just do like, share and subscribe our channel. Also support us. And in between any doubts, you can contact us also. Thank you so much.
i-tutor ES presents Ignou MBA, complete syllabus coverage classes and individual semester base, subject coverage program for MBA students online and flexible sessions. For more details, contact 62382 17885.